Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Tarot with Tay. Welcome to the Tay gang. If you've never been here before, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified every single time that I pull up. Okay, thank you guys so much for the love, the support. I was just thanking you in the last video for getting us to 5K, and now we're at like 5.5K. So thank you guys so much for the love and the support. If you would like to book a personal reading, the only way to do that with me is through the website, which is going to be the very first link in the description box of every single video. Okay. Thank you guys for the donations as well. Like I always say, I wish that I could like reach out to every single one of you, but you already know I do what I can. So sometimes I try to send emails to some people. I'll send like a little heart if it's on Cash App, but just know that I'm grateful and I'm thankful and just feeling truly blessed, because you already know I'm still dealing with the YouTube mess about the monetizing my channel, but I just have faith that it's gonna work out. Okay, he wouldn't get me this far just to take me this far, you know. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. I did this topic a while ago on this channel, but that was before we like grew to where we are now, obviously. And so I thought it would be interesting to revisit this topic. And so it's all about, if you were not you, meaning if you were someone else, how would you perceive yourself, you, the current you? Basically, how would this external entity version of you view the current you? Okay, so this is based on your current energy at this time to see how you, basically, how would you perceive yourself if you were not yourself? This, I feel like, could help with a lot of self-development and growth and awareness, which is what I really like to focus on, because that's what life is all about, is evolution. Am I right? Okay, so no more long talking. I talked long enough. Let's go ahead and get into the 4 groups. All right, feel free to pick a number 1 through 4, but I will also give you guys these crystals to view so you can see what's calling to you. Let's go ahead and get started. And here are the 4 groups. This wisdom stone, this selenite wand, this citrine, and amethyst, the dustiest one because she goes with me the most places. All right, I always get like hypnotized by amethyst. Anyways, group 1, 2, 3, 4. Make your selections. Feel free to pause the screen if needed. And let's go ahead and get started. Group number 1, if you selected this wisdom stone rock, then this is your reading. Okay, so let's find out, if you were not you, how would you perceive yourself? Okay. I'm getting an energy that it would be hard to figure you out, okay? You would think that you were like some form of a mystery, okay? I just dropped it. Yeah, it's something to be examined, is how you would perceive yourself. Yeah, look at that. The 2 of Pentacles has come straight out. This is the Mystic Mondays Tarot. You would feel like you would have an idea of yourself, but you would have to get closer to know for sure. So if you were to meet yourself as someone else, you would be intrigued. I'm hearing like really drawn. I'm honestly picking up like the Edward to Bella fascination, okay? To anyone that is familiar with Twilight. There's something like really fun and lighthearted that would stand out to you. I feel like you would perceive yourself to be stable, because I was looking at all these circular shapes and then the Ten of Pentacles just came out. Stable, like got it all together. Okay, now this is not how you perceive you now as you, because you are biased when you are viewing yourself as you, because we are our toughest critics. But this is speaking in terms of, if you were not you, what would you think of yourself? And you would honestly believe that you appear to be someone who's got it all together, who doesn't give away a lot, who doesn't tell all their secrets, someone worth getting to know. Okay? Bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles, someone super stable, okay? And also, I'm getting this as like a mental stability, okay? So you just come across as like really cool, calm, and collected. No matter what you feel like, honestly, this stone is all about how you are perceived by yourself. Something to be examined, a mystery, something to be figured out. Because it's so, like, it's literally a rock, like it sits there and it doesn't do much, but there's still so much to it. That's how you would perceive yourself, okay? That there was a lot to be figured out here. If group number one, the wisdom rock, was not themselves, what would they think of themselves? Pluto, transformation. My eyes went to power, inner resources, okay? So you would perceive yourself to be someone who is very much a self-starter, someone who leaves no tables unturned, or what is the saying? Tables turned, stones? Yeah, it's all the same. But basically, yeah, leave no stones unturned, okay? That's what I'm picking up here, is that you are the type that lets nothing go to waste, all right? This also tells me that you are someone who, it's, the word thrift is coming through, but not just in the sense of shopping, but also thrifty in the way that you perceive a situation, a person, or anything. You know how to make the best out of it. You get the most bang for your buck, if you will. Yeah, second house assets. Yeah. There's a lot of pentacle energy here. And even where there's no pentacles technically, it's still the circular images that is telling you pentacles, 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 okay? And then we have cooperative that's standing out to me on Libra, the idealist. You would come across as really down to earth. Also someone who dresses really well. Someone who comes off as luxurious almost, okay? Yeah, like there's a sense of luxury coming through here, like all that in a bag of chips kind of energy, you know. Look at that, independence. Independence. This is exactly how you would perceive yourself. The center of attention, well deserving of it. And with this Aquarius and moon energy coming through here with the number 11, I'm just picking up, I'm also hearing highly adaptable, but I was going to say like spiritual. I'm hearing the laws of the land are abided by you. Almost as if, yeah, like you set the standards in your world. Your boundaries, okay, your boundaries are coming through here. And this is all of the things that contribute to how you would perceive yourself if you were not you. So someone who sets firm boundaries, someone who's very grounded down to earth, but not afraid to speak their piece, okay? Just someone who's very well balanced with inspiration coming out here in Pisces energy. That's taking me back to the moon energy here. I was going to say Piscean, but I just didn't want to be too basic with it. But that's quite literally what I was picking up is this, I'm hearing moody inspiration, moody inspiration. Someone who really like moves to the beat of their own drum. Someone who is very comfortable with expressing themselves. Okay, the number 11 and 12 just came out here. And endurance. Yeah, this is giving me like strength card energy, Leo. Not afraid to express the self truly. All right. I'll take the one that fell. Oh, these cards, by the way, sorry. I've been trying to mention them more often. But it's the Numinous Astro deck. And then the smaller ones here are, is it the Oracle of the Radiant Sun? All right, I'll learn it eventually. They're all new, so I'm like catching up. Okay, so now I'm dipping into this Dream Decoder deck, and I really like to use these images to give me intuitive hits here. So what I like to do is work with the back of the deck and the one that fell out. And then on the back are some descriptors where I pull out keywords. You would be perceived as someone who does not rob themselves of opportunities. And I was hearing spiritual opportunities, okay? But take that as it resonates. Just opportunities that allow you to grow, excel, feel more at peace. Look at that. And beneath that is this card here, which talks about animals, but this is my Getting Grounded card. Let's go ahead and get one Work Your Light to close out. Let's get one Work Your Light. How would this group perceive themselves? Someone who was once broken, lost, but now found here. Okay, so that's why the King of Pentacles came out here and this stable energy comes through for you guys, because, and then also the Leo, because the stable energy is talking about how you've been through it. Like you've been dragged through the mud, you've been gone through this, you've gone through that. And so since you've touched rock bottom, you can never really shake that part of you completely. So it's still a part of you. It still keeps you grounded. It keeps you humble. It keeps you sane. But because you overcame all of that, you still have this strength card that's coming through, this endurance, this power, this vitality. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And this is giving me 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands energy here. And this is just telling me that you have freed yourself from your own confinements and you have flew into new bounds is what I just heard, okay? And this is how you would perceive yourself if you were not you, as someone who has simply overcome some of their biggest burdens, some of their biggest demons, their biggest traumas. Someone who has been through it and doesn't forget about it either, okay? The bottom of the deck, closing out your reading, the Age of Light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. That is the King of Pentacles, wisdom. I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. Not in a cocky way, I know what I'm doing, but I've literally done this before, been here before. So I know how to move smarter now. That kind of knowing is what I'm referring to. So I'm going to go ahead and leave your reading right here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this brought a little bit of peace, love, light, healing, clarity, but most importantly, truth and motivation to keep you going. Leave love in the comment section down below. Continue to share this channel. Continue to show love. Thank you guys so much. If you'd like to book a reading, the very first link in the description box to make that happen. Any donations to the P.O. box that is linked down below. Well, it's not linked. It's listed down below. Or donations via the tip jars through the internet. How amazing is that? They will be in the description box as well. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for riding with me this hard, this long. All right, we just getting started, baby. Let's get into group number 2. Group number 2, if you chose this selenite wand, then this is your reading. And I'm hearing, you're only looking for attention. You're only promise you never get enough. You're only looking for attention. Okay, let's see, what is this about? Okay, so that gave me, okay, that's giving me vibes of quite literally someone who was once seeking attention. Now, this is how you would perceive yourself, okay? So don't shoot the messenger, dog, all right? But this is just where the message is starting here. And these two cards are coming through, all right? We have achievement and resourcefulness that are peeking through, and just want to start off the reading here. And with that trailing behind the seeking attention, I just feel you quite literally are roasting yourself a little bit. Honestly, what I literally just saw was like a circus act, okay? I'm just calling it like I see it, all right? This is how you would perceive yourself, but this is just opening energy here. Yeah, you would perceive yourself as like a wild party, a wild time, like a beautiful mess. Like you're the main character. You're the main character, okay? Like you would perceive yourself as someone who's like a mess, got it all together, but it's still falling apart at the same time. Someone who can like barely cook rice noodles, okay? That's what's coming through here. This card just popped out. I'm just going to read it to you. Lumeria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Someone who's really in la la land. But I feel like there is almost an admiration coming from yourself when you look at yourself, okay? It's like this energy of, wow, I wish that I was that carefree, or I wish that I was that supercilious. That's not the word. Maybe they just mean like silly. Let me see, because if I'm not mistaken, supercilious is like not supercalifragilistic. Okay, behaving or looking as though one thinks one is superior to others. Okay, yeah, you're the main character. You're giving me like Blair Waldorf. Okay, Blair Waldorf. Like you love to hate her. This is how you would perceive yourself. Okay, if you've ever watched Gossip Girl and you've kind of fell in love with Blair Waldorf in a weird way, this is how you view yourself. Look at that, 5 of Wands. There's that chaos, because Blair was a mess. Blair was a mess, but you couldn't help but love her, help her, assist her, okay? Take this, even if you resonate as a masculine, you can still be a beautiful mess as a masculine. You can still be the main character. The story can still be about you. This is how you would perceive yourself if you were not you. Someone who is like a beautiful train wreck. Like I'm quite literally picturing you like falling in love with your own mishaps, okay? I feel like that burp is confirmation. Queen of Cups, 6 of Wands here. Again, a sense of admiration. Someone who you would see yourself as someone who has really learned how to like dance with life, and you're just kind of going with the flow. Like again, I'm just getting that you would really like to sit down and have like a chat with yourself. Look at that, the 4 of Swords. You would like to sit and have a talk with yourself just to get a little tapped into your mentality, your mind state, okay? There's also this sense of tranquility coming through here, but that is ignited by an intense fire. Yeah, look at that, the 7 of Wands, an intense passion, okay? There's a great balance of serenity, tranquility with the chaos as we have been addressing up until this point, okay? A beautiful mess. 7 of Pentacles, look at this, but you would view yourself as someone who has really great potential, and I don't mean that in like a, oh, like, yeah, like you're nothing right now. No, it's nothing like that at all. It's this person's just getting started kind of energy, okay? I don't want to take that card because it already came out. We have Saturn, wisdom, restraint is the word that's standing out to me here. You would perceive yourself to be someone who is constantly going back and forth between following their heart and their mind, and like knowing what they should do and knowing what they want to do. But you usually always side with the Cancerian part of you, the part of you that desires from the heart space. Look at that. You perceive yourself as someone who really does act on emotion, but I'm getting this really heartfelt energy coming through here. As in, again, people wish that they could live this freely, okay? Like the Queen of Cups came out with the Six of Wands. You passionately follow your heart with no regard for judgment externally. It's just really beautiful energy coming through here. By the way, the tarot cards that I'm using right now, people always ask. The tarot cards, these are the Mystic Monday tarot cards. Then we have the Numinous Astro deck. These are all new, so that's why I'm like trying to mention them. And this current deck, the small one, is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Yeah. Okay, so we have versatility coming out here. See, look at that. This is a circus act that I was talking about, but it's like one that makes sense. Like circus acts are quite literally a place that people go to pay for things, okay? Some of you might be Gemini, and if you're not Gemini, you're perceived as a Gemini. But we have Taurus coming out here. There's this stubborn energy about you. Like, you can't tell you anything. Okay, you really stand on what you believe in. You really believe in your intuition is how you would perceive yourself, okay? You would also perceive yourself as someone who's like trying to put the puzzle together, like trying to put two and two together here. But you're also perceived as someone who can really take advice and also give good advice, but you give advice from the perspective of like a wise child, okay? But don't ever underestimate that, because shit, sometimes children be talking about things that adults don't even know about, you know? Yeah, look at that. And I'm hearing life is a beach, I'm just playing in the sand, okay? This is your overall energy and how people perceive how you would perceive you. And yeah, like look at all this broken up energy, like this chaos, but it's beautiful. Like you make art of it, okay? That's how you are perceived, is the type to make art from life here, because you're so comfortable with following your heart and falling into the flow. And that's why you may come across as a little chaotic, but you're happy, so that's all that matters. All right, so this current deck is the Dream Decoder deck that I'm using right now, and I like to use these images to give me intuitive hits here. But what I'm seeing is that you are definitely a team player, is how you would perceive yourself. Someone who works really well with others, and someone who cannot be trapped, confined, told what to do for too long, okay? Like there's like this young, wild, free, reckless energy coming through here. Again, because you follow your heart, you don't let yourself feel confined or bound or squeezed by anyone's opinions, rules, dictatorship, whatever, okay? Let's go ahead and get two Closing Work Your Light Oracle cards. They both came out together. The Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? This is my Tower card here. You are depicting yourself as a walking tower moment. Look at that. Someone who is taking risky chances, but that come out with a promising, tangible gift is what just came through. I don't know exactly what that means, okay? But I'm just seeing Seven of Pentacles, and now I'm seeing this feast here. You went from the Seven of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. People are like, just give that person time. Just give them some time. Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realm, the Initiation, Rite of Passage, Crossing the Threshold. This is it. Just give them time. Give them time. They're going to get there. And when they get there, they're going to do it their way, okay? You would perceive yourself as someone who is very self-driven, self-starting, okay? self-caring, okay? Because that's the reason why you act on your heart, is because if you don't, you just wouldn't feel right. So that's why it seems like you're always doing this, that, and the third. You're always dipping here and there. But there's rhythm to it. There's still a beautiful rhythm to it. And it's because you have to feel this sense of life is a beach and I'm just playing in the sand, as opposed to being trapped and confined by societal structures here, okay? So you'll be perceived as someone who is kind of a mess by yourself. Like, you would literally be perceiving yourself as a mess, but a beautiful, inspiring mess that other people should actually look up to, okay? So this is like the kind of energy, like, I feel like a lot of people, like people that are younger than you, maybe even older than you, they just come through and they're like, man, I want to be like you when I get older, okay? It's that kind of energy coming through here, is that you inspire people from every walk of life, no matter who, what, when, where, why, or how. They can relate to you in some way. They respect you in some way, and this is exactly how you would perceive yourself. 11:11 on the timer, and I'm wrapping it up right here for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading brought a little bit of peace, love, light, healing, clarity, and most importantly, truth and motivation. If you'd like to book a personal reading, very first link in the description box to make that happen. Check out my other channels. They will be linked near the timestamps. And if you would like to leave a virtual tip in the tip jar. Why is that a tongue twister? Okay, that will be linked in the description box as usual. Thank you guys so much. And before I can get any more tongue tied, let's get into the next group. Okay, so group number 3, if you picked citrine, and this is your reading, and I'm getting some very interesting energy from you guys. Okay, so here's the kind of storyline that I was picking up on, because I was hearing, I'm so lonely, so very lonely, I have nobody on my own. And then I was picking up this kind of storyline about your typical main character girl who's like stuck in her way, stuck in seeing things her way, like her way or the highway, trying to like chase a dream. Okay, like, okay, this is a perfect character. But okay, if you've ever watched You, I'm picking up that kind of energy from, what was her name again? Beth? I think it was Beth. Yeah, they called her Beth. I'm picking up that kind of energy, kind of like a serial lover, romantic, all over the place, someone who has a bigger goal in mind. Okay, that's the energy that's coming through right now, but I feel like this is just the opening act, okay? But that's what I'm seeing here, is that you would perceive yourself as someone who has come from that, like, fast life, the city life, like desiring something that wasn't even true to you, to someone who has found what is true to them. Okay, like, it's this energy of a very messy love story with just you and your life. Okay, this is how you are perceiving yourself. You have a very messy love life with just between you and your life. Okay, it's messy, but then you realize it's because you were resisting yourself to a certain extent. And then when you found the part of you that you were resisting and you let it be free, that's when things kind of started to fall into place for you in your life. Look at that, the sun, enlightenment. Okay, so you are perceiving yourself as someone who is highly enlightened, intelligent, at peace. Yeah, the Princess of Swords. Someone who has, been to hell and back. Met their demons, faced them, and then figured out how to work with them. Okay, yeah, the Hermit. You would perceive yourself as someone who's really gone within, found their true identity here. Okay, I'm getting a lot of yellow and oranges coming through, as in the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra, hence the citrine crystal coming through for you guys. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles being clarified by the Five of Pentacles. This was the longing for something that seems so far away, longing for some form of stability here. And once you realize that was that awakening that you had. So you're viewing yourself in a linear perspective, okay? Almost as in, like, an omniscient, all-knowing presence that sees everything that you do and how you do it, okay? Yeah, a massive change. Death card. This is how you would perceive yourself, as someone who has made magnificent, unbelievable changes in their life. Yeah, we go from the Hanged Woman to the Knight of Pentacles, a slow transformation to the Knight of Wands. Now life seems to move in your favor because you have decided to listen to it. You've decided to listen to life as opposed to argue with it or put up a fight with it, okay? Remember I was talking about that romantic life between you and your life? I hope I'm making sense here. It's like a very obscure topic, so I'm trying to verbalize it correctly, but it's like you learned to dance with life, quite literally, after you sat back, analyzed things for what they truly were. Now you're seen as someone who's gone from like a mess to complete artwork here. This is how you would view yourself. Yeah, Neptune, dreams, visions. This being paired next to the Sun card here gives me a lot of serenity, truth, passion, exuberance is the word that's coming through. You found a new passion for life, and this is the main thing that would stand out to you if you weren't you. It would be your passion for life, your excitement, and the way that you perceive the world, the way that you receive the world, the way that you receive and perceive the world, people, places, and things all around. Bottom of the deck is Jupiter, expansion, exactly. It's the way that you expound, broke bounds, okay, of the confinement that was placed on you from wherever you were stuck mentally in that energy right before the Enlightenment happened here, okay? So, I don't know, it just seems like you would be the type that went from like being a valley girl or valley boy or valley them, whatever, to like perceived as a hippie. There's a big transformation, a big shift here, all because you've shifted the narrative of your mind. You've shifted the narrative of the way that you perceive the world here. And of course, when you change your perception, you change everything. So you will be perceiving yourself to be someone who has closed one chapter of their life. This was the very chaotic chapter of your life, but you've put the swords down and you've decided to choose love. Okay. Okay, and as I was struggling to get that card, influence. I was hearing a force to be reckoned with here. Someone who can make a difference, someone who can make a change. Okay, yeah, like you would be viewing yourself as someone who is very articulate in the way that they express themselves. Yep, originality coming out here. Very content in who you are, okay? Coming back to that citrine, the confidence, the solar plexus chakra coming through very, very, very strong for you guys. You're just very comfortable with who you are and representing yourself as that. The number 77 could be relevant to you, or 27 or 277. Let's see, what else can we add here? Oh, I've been trying to tell everybody the decks that I've been using, but I keep forgetting. Okay, so the tarot is Mystic Mondays. And then these are the Numinous Astro cards. Then we have the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. These are the little ones, all right? And I'm currently using Dream Decoder cards. I like to use these cards to pick up intuitive messages from the images. This is your first image. I'm going to get two. Well, one more. Okay. And then the bottom of the deck. Someone who is viewed as detail-oriented here. Like, you are giving me, yeah, that makes sense. The Mercury energy that's coming through here. Someone who is planning to go skydiving, okay? This is the scenario that's coming through. You're planning to go skydiving, but you're so intently focused on what you're gonna wear. That's all that's on your mind. You're not even focused on the fact that you're going skydiving. You're focused on the fact that you don't know what to wear to go skydiving. This is the kind of energy that I'm picking up right now, okay? And this goes to say a lot for how you would perceive yourself mentally, okay? Always constantly moving, chasing after the thing that nobody else sees, okay? Look at that, dancing to the beat of your own drum, right up under that. In my opinion, that's what this is giving me. Dancing to the beat of your own drum without regard, okay? Without question, without needing validation, okay? You have accepted yourself as opposed to getting swallowed up in what the world expects of you here. All right, let's go ahead and close out with the Work Your Light Oracle. Let's get two. Okay. Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher at the bottom of the deck. Again, that enlightenment's big. That big enlightenment energy is coming through here. We have no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Okay, and you would also perceive yourself as someone who does not rush the process here. Someone who allows life to unfold as it's meant to. Someone who's not like in a rush, okay? That's what was coming through. Like, remember I was talking about the city life, the fast life, okay, Beth, and seeking something and being so swallowed up in that and overwhelmed by it that it like consumes you and creates a version of you that you might not even truly be, but like you're falling into these things and then you snap out of it. The Death card comes through. You snap out of it. And the world is now your oyster and you are perceiving things in a whole new light, Queen of Swords, okay? This big transformative energy of just replaying the DVD. This is what this is giving me right now. Like a DVD, you're replaying the DVD in your way, okay? You're no longer taking the tapes that have been fed to you over, look at that, judgment, over and over again through your connections, through relationships, whatever the case may be. You've disconnected from the expectations and just connected to the you within, okay? That's where that Hanged Man and the Knight of Pentacles energy comes in. You take the time to sit with you, to understand you, and this is what is standing out to you if you weren't you. Now, I know this reading was very like, oh, what did she say? But if this reading was for you, I think you understand just fine, okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this brought a little bit of peace, love, light, healing, clarity, but most importantly, truth and motivation to keep you going here. Overall, you would perceive yourself as someone who is a dreamer and a doer, and someone who is no longer confined to what people think of them, and most importantly, what you think of you, okay? You've shifted the narrative in the mind, so you've initially shifted your entire life, because shifting the narrative shifts the perspective. If you would like to book a personal reading, hit the very first link in the description box to make that happen. If you would like to support my other channels, the links will be near the timestamps. And if you would like to leave a tip in the virtual tip jar, I keep saying chip jar, then I will leave those links in the description box as usual. But without further ado, let's get into the final group. All right, so group number 4, if you selected Amethyst, I heard remote location. And then I started hearing, send me your location, let's focus on communicating things. I just need the time and place to come through. Or whatever they said. And you would perceive yourself to be on another wavelength, another planet. I'm starting off with the Mystic Monday Tarots. The Four of Wands here. You would perceive yourself as someone who I'm hearing you've taken flight and now you've landed on Mars, okay? Wow. The Tower here. One card face down has like slid to the very edge of the table. I'm going to look at that last. I'm going to take the ones that have flipped over first. 8 of Wands, here we go. Travel. 3 of Wands, travel. The Star, travel, quite literally in the stars. The Princess of Pentacles. And the card that wants to be expressed now. Mystery, mystery, mystery. The 9 of Wands. Look at that. Does that not look like a space warrior to you? It's giving me big Xenon energy here. Big Xenon energy. You're giving me big Xenon vibes, okay? If you remember Xenon, shout goes out to you. But just a fearless intergalactic space being is how you come across, okay, to yourself. Some form of a mystery, like an alien, quite literally. Cancerian energy. There's a softness that comes through, but there's still that intergalactic warrior that comes through. Very interesting. What, guys? Look at the flying saucer. I can't make this up. Like, you would perceive yourself as an extraterrestrial sent here to teach people something, okay? You would want to learn from yourself. You would want to be one of your own students here. Yeah, Venus, love, and my eyes went to taste. You would actually look up to yourself because you're like, that's someone that actually has good taste. Someone who gets me, okay? We have the 11th house, the edge. Look at that, creativity. Someone who is expansive, someone who is out of this world. Aquarius, big Aquarius energy coming through here in all avenues, all right? That was the Numinous Astro deck. Now I'm going in with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. I love all of these cards. They're all really new. Okay, Principle. And with really new cards comes really new intuitive hits. That's Sagittarius, the Pope, the number 9, learning lessons, transcending all expectations. I'm viewing these as, they're like stars, but I'm viewing them as pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at that, 8 pentacles. Someone who's hardworking, someone who is always building something, okay? Like, you're always doing something to expand, to go outward, okay? And it's for the betterment of everyone here. This is how you would perceive yourself, as someone who is philanthropic, someone who is self-seeking for the betterment of others is what I just heard here. Enthusiasm, look at that. We have more Sagittarius energy coming through. Lots of Sagittarius, lots of wands, okay? Lots of wands. But there's a lot of everything here. There's a lot of balance, all right? Flattery, Gemini, as I said, balance. Great balance here. That's how you would perceive yourself. Yeah, this, look at this sun and moon action here. Like, you would perceive yourself as, like, I'm hearing ruler of the skies. Look at this, the diamond with the sun and the moon here. Like, there's a lot of strong energies coming through here about how you would perceive yourself. And I'm seeing the number 99 and 712 or 712, 73. All right, let's go ahead and expand into this reading a bit more. The number 33 could also be relevant to you. All right, now I'm going in with the Dream Decoder cards. I use these images to give me like intuitive hits. So let's go ahead and see. You have 3 cards that came out here. I'm hearing relax, rewind, and have a good time. You would perceive yourself as like a meadow, a wide open meadow full of flowers just blowing in the breeze here. Like, this is giving me riding with the top down through the mountains, okay? Stopping to smell the roses, stopping to watch the animals, stopping to just enjoy life, take it all in, so that you can remind yourself of where you came from and how you evolved and where you're going, okay? Like, you view life as an adventure, and you would really admire yourself is the big energy that's coming through here. So I'm going to go ahead and close out with the Work Your Light Oracle. But you would be like in love with yourself here. We have Pleiades, double mission, channeling, and uplifting humanity. Look at that, otherworldly again. Okay, I can't make this stuff up. Let's get one last Work Your Light. One last. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul, tribe. And you would want to know if there were more people like you, okay? I'm getting like this is 1 in a million kind of energy here. Like, you would feel like you finally found someone who gets you, finally found someone who gets you, but not because they're just like you, but because they're different just like you. I hope that makes sense. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you, okay? There's a lot of duality, complexity, ownership, honor, and protection. I don't know if I said that word already. But there's just a deep mystery about you that would stand out to you initially, that is also paired with tenacity is the word that's coming through here. You come off as introverted to yourself, but this introversion is clearly introspection. So Gemini, that's what came through here. Gemini, your mind is what would draw you in the most, and it would make you stay because of the eccentricity of it all, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and leave your reading right here. This is what you would think of you if you weren't you. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you were able to keep up. I hope that I was able to convey these messages in the best way possible to be understood. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you would like to book a personal reading, the very first link in the description box to make that happen. If you would like to support my other channels, the links will be near the timestamps. And if you would like to leave a virtual tip, we have links in the description box always so that you can do that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, bye.